Hi there, Cellular Automata enthusiasts. So this is the first tutorial to this small application, Cellular Automata Program Editor. This application can be used to edit programs, small Cellular Automata programs, to solve the art challenge tasks. So you can find in the application preloaded the training and the evaluation sets from Kaggle. All of them, not the GitHub version, but the Kaggle version. And a few examples already solved. I would like to show you the solution for one of the simplest tasks. This one, which is basically just flute fill, but in an inverse way. So you have the task list. You can select it and press this button or just double click the row. We have the already submitted example here. So we go ahead and delete it and solve it for ourselves. So when you start a new task, you will have this empty program. This flashing means that this rule is matching everywhere because its neighborhood cells have no conditions. For example, if I change it to match the green cells, then it will match only the green cells, so they are all flashing. With the left click, you can select the cell. With the right click, you can clear it out. At the bottom, you have the samples from the original task. You are supposed to work on a single sample at a time, but the rule will be evaluated all of them, and you get the green submit button here only when all of them successfully solved. So let's start. This task is about filling the holes with yellow, and if you try to find the holes, you can't because they are just everywhere, and there can be multiple in very complex locations, and all of them need to be filled in. So the correct approach for this task is to try to find all the black cells, then exclude also the green ones and fill with yellow what remains. So first, we mark a black cell anywhere. For example, good points is next to the edges. So for example, left edge, if I mark it like this inset cell is a side cell which is outside the grid. So it will match all the left side cells. And I mark these if they are black as well, because there can be green on the edge and we don't want to clear it out. So if it's black and it's on the edge, then it will match. For example, in this case, the green won't match. You can verify it. And we mark it with some kind of marker. The rules output color is in this cell. So if you click it with the left button, you can choose a marker. For example, it will be nice to mark the blacks with this black X, which will look cool. And then we need to run some kind of flat fill algorithm to fill it all. And I know it has a bug, and you will see why. So we add the rule, and we spread these axes to the right. So if it's marked with black X and it's a black cell, then we also mark it with a black X, and we repeat. And this will fill, but the shape has kind of a shadow, so we need to fill vertically as well. So you have one way to do this. You duplicate the rule and you change the position of the X to here. If you don't want to select it all the time, then you can control left click it. That will copy it into a clipboard, and you can place it with the shift, holding the shift and left click. Okay, now it filled vertically, but we have this gap which is unreachable even if you fill in all directions. So we need to mark in the beginning the cells all around the corner. So everything is a black X, so it will be nice to actually name things. So you can just double click on the title and name a cell. So this is mark the edge. And these two would be flat fill. But we don't want to name all of them, especially as we will see that we need it in all 4 directions, not just 2. So we can create a folder which is called a group here, and put them inside, and just name the group flat fill. And then we will see that it's like rotating, so we can duplicate and rotate it in all directions, so it will fill in all cases. See? It will fill in not just here. Like disable this node, then you will see that it leaves a gap, but if you enable this, then you will see that it fills it all. So back to our original case with the hole, we need to mark all the edges. So we do this same dance with the edge. But we know better. We don't have to duplicate this 4 times like we attempted it here, but we can add to the group permutations. For example, this is direction permutation in all 4 directions. You can also mirror, that's 4 additional, which we don't need now. So now it marks all the corners. And you see the applications as it's marking corners. You can move this iteration slider to see each application of the rules in this group, which is the same as this node now because we have a single node. So we can move this text that marked the edge to here and just close it. So we are over marking the edge. Flat fill. We have all 4 directions here. Just add the 4th direction. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could write it with a direction permutation. And now we can see that it fills, but it leaves a gap here still, because the all 4 directions going once is not enough. What you need to do is repeating the 4 directions until everything is filled. So you remove these and put the repetition on the group, and now everything is magically filled in. Okay, now to get to the yellow, we also need to mark the green. Mark the green with the same marker. So we don't need neighborhood, we just need a single cell rule. So everything which is green, we mark it with this same black X. And what remains is actually the yellow. So we can add the rule directly here to match on this marker, the X. It's what we don't want to fill, and we have this inverse flag, which will match only where the marker is not. So now we can fill it to yellow. And actually this is submittable because the colors are matching already, but to be nice, you can actually add a step to clean out all the markers. So if it matches the marker, it doesn't even need to match, it's just remove everything. It will remove the red X, all the markers. So this is solved. And now we can submit this task to the leaderboard. And if you go back to the list, then which one is that? I think this. Then we should have both solutions. This is slightly better because that's also using permutation in the first step here, the flat fill, where we did not. Thank you very much for your attention. If you want to play it, then the link is in the description of the video. Thank you. Bye.